There it is, the crypto vlog. We're doing a live interview with a crypto trader from Tree News.
Hi.
Share some thoughts on your trades.
Oh, well, I'm even right now, which is good for me, so that's about as good as I'm doing. I wish I was in a trade overnight, though, because it went up like 2K.
Oh, you closed that trade before you left?
Yeah, I was scared.
Oh no, you always do that. What I do, I always close half. If I want to gamble, I'll close half,
That's awesome.
and then I'll let the rest ride.
I didn't watch the last part of it.
But the problem is, I closed half at 25. No, I closed. Yeah, I opened a new position at 24.2, and then I closed it around like 25.2.
I saw you had a few open.
Yeah, I have alt longs, so I made like 2K on that small long. And it's crazy. If I would have made the same trade that I got liquidated on at 21.4K, when I opened that 200K, 250K long, no, it was 12.5 BTC, so it was like a 300K long.
It's hard not to think about what you could have bought.
No, it was 15, then I got stopped out. So it was a 300K long, and I got liquidated at 20.3K for like 17,000 on the long, and then another 6,000 on alts. And of course, it was the bottom on alts.
I think I'm going to do some spot market a little bit, because the liquidation here is just too
Oh yeah, and plus, once your position goes red, your mind starts playing tricks on you, like, oh, I gotta get out.
I can't handle it when it's like that.
Yeah. So I'll keep it short. And it looks like we topped at like 26.9K for now.
Yeah, almost 27.
And now we're 26.4. It might bounce, but that's pretty good.
Keep vlogging. It's all good.
Yeah,
I was
so-
just surprised at first.
So the previous high was like 26.4, and then it went to 26.9. So I mean, it's possible. It's still the same kind of high, really, even though it's $500 apart. It still counts as like 26 and a half, right around there. So it doesn't mean we're going higher just because we broke 26.4K. So it's kind of tricky how this TA stuff works, because you try to draw lines. The flight was pretty good.
Shorter than I expected.
Yeah, it's 3 hours. Mine was 2 hours 45 minutes. It was supposed to be 3 hours 22 minutes. I don't know exactly.
Were you not right there last weekend?
Mine was like 3, just under 3.
Yeah, I think the flight back is longer because the jet stream, or whatever you want to call it, the currents, the winds, you gotta fight against them in the stratosphere, right? The mesosphere.
I'm kind of nervous, but I'm calming down now.
Okay, good.
Telling you.
Yeah, I didn't hear from you. I thought you might have like just stayed at home. 'Cause it's a lot easier to stay at home, right? And take the loss or the plane ticket. Is this the right way? I wasn't looking. I was vlogging.
I don't know. You don't have any check bags?
No, this is my bag. It's my magic turtle shell. This kind of, he's the American Clark. Looks like we're arriving at a window. Unless it curves here. Yeah, this is a dead end. Unless you want to go to Birmingham, Alabama.
I'm very much a follower.
Oh, okay. I was following you. I was vlogging.
Okay.
If I were driving, I would have driven off a cliff.
Ground transportation?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
'cause
You
I
always
know
go to
where
the
that
ground.
is.
Yeah.
It's my first time at this airport.
Okay. They're all pretty much the same. Yeah, the flight wasn't bad. I slept the whole way. I only got an hour of sleep last night. I was so nervous that
What about the
I was gonna wake up too late. and missed the
You
flight.
gotta get your sleep in check.
No, it's just the flight. I was nervous I wasn't gonna, and I had to drop off the dog, the shepherd dog.
Is there a problem with them?
No, just my family didn't want to watch him for the 3 days I was gone, and his family was picking him up on Monday, so I had him for 3 weeks. So they were in South Africa. So his mom came back on Thursday, so I said I'm coming at 5 a.m. Get ready for me. I'll come in the morning before my flight. She's like, okay. I'm like, set your alarm. And then I get there, I'm calling, and then I ring luckily they had a gate with a doorbell, and I rang it, and she's like, oh, I thought you meant 5 p.m. Like, what? Morning, a.m., set your alarm? Like, how many more clues do you need?
Your family wouldn't watch you.
And their house is worth like $12 million too. It was a nice looking house. I mean, I only saw the front of it, but I assume the rest is nice. I saw Google Maps of it, and they have like a tennis court, all the good stuff in their backyard.
It's just talking this.
Okay.
Not really.
Some airport people.
Camera's a lot better than mine.
You don't have an iPhone?
No, an Android, but
Oh, okay.
I'm getting a new Android on my birthday. Alright, ground transportation.
That's what we did.
All right, so I didn't check the updated alt prices, but it looked like everything topped sort of at the same time. We might bounce a little. I think as long as we hold 26K, maybe alts will keep pumping through the weekend. Silverbank, Silicon Valley Bank, the SVB, declared bankruptcy, filed for Chapter 11 today. So, the assets were saved. I don't think it'll have much of an effect on stocks. I had to bring this blanket not because I was cold. I do get cold at night if it's cold outside, but for the Uber, I did Uber Pets and the blanket, yeah. There you go. I'll put this on my backpack too. My back. So the Uber Pets, they have an option for pets. I'm like, oh cool, Uber Pets, it's $5 more. It was like 39 versus 33, $6 more. I'm like, okay, I'll do Uber Pets. And I know I just had to leave around like 4 by 4:15 realistically.
You gotta just trust some random person with your dog.
So I spent 15 minutes just clearing up space on my phone for the weekend vlogs to have backups. I could have just uploaded, deleted, but I want to have backups of everything just in case YouTube removes all my videos. So,
Yeah, because you had the one that got strike.
yeah, but that was cleared up. That one's gone forever.
YouTube never forgets.
Yeah.
Actually, it might. I don't know.
There's Auntie Anne's. It's a good place if you want to quick snack. I'm not hungry at all. I had Del Taco. I almost threw up on the Uber on the way. I had like a bean burrito, a stuffed quesadilla taco, crunch tata. I think that's it.
And cookies on the plane.
Okay, cookies.
Okay.
So the Uber Pets thing wasn't loading. I spent 15 minutes clearing up the backlog from like 3:40 to 3:55, and then I booked the Uber Pets because it said 6 minutes. But the promised time is just for the nearest car. It doesn't calculate the the subcategories of Uber rides. So I had
All kinds of pets.
yeah, I think so. So nothing was picking up, and then at 4:05, I start to panic. I'm like, 10 minutes, nothing. 4:10, nothing. I'm like, okay, I got to do something. So I just booked Uber, and I called the guy. And I said, hey, I got a dog. Can I pay you extra for the dog? And he said, no, I don't take dogs, sir. I don't take dogs. Said it like that. So then I called. So the next guy was 4.96 rating. And I'm like, no, because this guy was 4.67. I thought maybe lower rating, he might take dogs, not care. But the 4.96 guy is calling, didn't answer. So he came to my door. And now he's faced with an ultimatum. He can't cancel the ride right away. He just wasted 5 minutes of his night. So he says, sure, as long as you I'm like, oh, a leash? Yeah, sure. He's like, no, blanket. I'm like, oh, blanket. Okay. Yeah, I got a blanket, no problem. He had a thick accent. He was from Colombia. And then he's like, oh, I love dogs, man. I love dogs. And he said, he said, I'm jerky. I'm like, oh, yeah, Yorkie. Sure. Yeah, this should be fun. Yeah, we just gotta get out of here. But the thing is, I think we have to wait a half an hour. I think he's about a half an hour away. So do you want to exit now and just?
I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, we don't have to exit yet. We'll just come back to the spot. Oh, look at that little baby.
Flight on. I haven't done that in forever.
It's about 3 months old. Oh, flight? You said 2017 was your last flight?
Yeah, for one of the HGQs.
Here's a Boston Terrier. Oh, you went to the big one in Washington, D.C.?
2 in DC, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, that was all.
Played Splunky there?
Yep. Highlight of my life, man.
Did you see the Super Mario Kart?
Yeah, actually, Carol was there. I just didn't say hi to her because.
Oh, okay. They were busy?
I guess we both were, but Mario Kart wasn't part of my life.
Yeah.
But I followed Mario Kart 64 like the whole time, but I didn't follow Super Mario Kart.
Oh, I didn't know you were still following MK64 time trials.
I still do. There's a lot of crazy stuff that happens there.
Yeah, there's always drama in anything.
One guy, Dan Burbank, he hoarded.
Oh yeah, I read that topic.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
He was a really good friend. I mean,
I don't care about hoarding. It doesn't matter. You hoard, you release your times, and then someone beats them. Like, what's the big deal?
Most people
Right.
felt that way, but the guy who was number one he was so humble.
Yeah.
Matthias.
Bustamante.
Yeah, he just was really bummed out. You could tell. So
Oh yeah. I saw him. He came for a day, or 2 days. The MK64 Europe meetup was at the same time. Or not the official. I don't know if it's the official meetup, but they were just there for 2 days playing.
oh, that's nice. You got to meet him.
Yeah.
I think I looked really confused at the very start of the vlog.
Oh.
But yeah, just trying to stay positive about trading. You know,
Yeah. Don't lose all your money before
that's
the easy plays come. Because right now it's just like the gambling plays. Yeah, Bitcoin's going up. Let me buy this and that.
I see some news plays that there's time to get in.
Yeah, you always want a stable set of news plays, botting plays. Whatever your alpha is, there's so much type of alpha on chain, following whales, announcements, especially from exchanges or exchange owners, CZ Binance. So if you have a combination of that, like your regular trades, if you have a 60% win rate on those, and then you have like an 80% win rate on your news or botting plays, then you're unstoppable as long as you don't blow all your money in one trade.
Yeah, that's why I gotta go back.
But
to
it's when you start losing more than 50% of your trades of these random gambles, because to be a crypto trader, it's incredibly hard to be disciplined enough not to gamble. At least small, unless you're going to gamble small. But if you're going to lose 10% of your whole portfolio on one trade, on leverage, then you're just going to get wiped out eventually.
I'm just happy I'm back where I started. Because I felt really crappy when I was at like 20.
Yeah, I felt really bad too, knowing I couldn't long. So losing 30K last week was bad enough on the drop below 20K, but then to want to long 20K on the announcement, on all the announcements, like maybe FOMO at 21.5K, then at 22.5K, I actually say, okay, Binance is swapping $1 billion in ETH, BTC or BNB, and not be able to long that. Or I actually did long that, but I had to use a tight stop because, like, losing $1,000, I lost $2,300 in stops, and then to see it 5 minutes later go from my stop $20 below and then shoot up $1,000 within 5 minutes. The next 20 minutes it shot up $1,000. That was so painful because I'm like, $2,300. I just lost 23,000 in a day last week, 30,000 over the whole week. I got to be conservative here. I got to set my stops. I can't lose. But if I didn't have those stops, if I just let it ride down to 22K, which was the bottom, I would have lost 2.5% drop roughly on a $200,000 long is 5,000. I would have lost $5,000, but I just lost $30,000 the previous week, but I would have made $40,000 on the move up to 26.5, 27. So it's crazy the way that works. I guess I'll conclude it. This will be the short landing vlog. I said I was going to talk about Binance Launchpad some more, the way people bought that. There's API endpoints for announcements from Binance are the ones you need to track, biggest announcements. Other exchanges, people track Upbit, Bithumb. Some people do KuCoin, Gate, OKX. Now we're getting to the weird ones. MEXC. So when the announcement comes in for a listing, it can be a futures listing, a delisting. We had the hint immediately dropped from like $2 to $1.75, and then it legged down to $1.55 or $1.54. So it had a crazy drop of almost 30%. And it's rare for Binance to completely delist all pairs. Usually they just delist a couple pairs like USDT or BUSD. And I forgot, I actually checked off the previous listing on Wednesday night that I talked about, and they listed all 5 USDT pairs, no BUSD. So I was confused in yesterday's
May I have your
vlog.
attention, please? Misty Jackson, please report to the nearest.
And the last one I didn't talk about was UNFT, or UFT, sorry, I got unfive mixed up. So it's UFT, GLM, Gollum, I think, Gas, Prom, which was the biggest pump, and QKC. The Prom actually did the best because it's a launchpad maybe. And some alpha. Should I whisper it? No, I'll tell it to you. Hook actually pumped about 10%, I think, after, from about like 192 to 215, after Binance announced the launchpad. BNB was immediately bought it up, but Hook wasn't bought it. So nice pump of Hook. So you bought the previous, so if Binance does another launchpad or launch pool, you can bought Hook again. Or obviously you want to bought the one they're doing now, Space ID. The token is ID, so bot ID, and you'll have an edge over the other botters. I don't think they're gonna watch. I mean, someone might tell them, great, tell the people that are botting $5 or $10 million about this play, sure. Give away the edge. Anyway, why am I giving it away? I don't know. Doesn't make sense, but there it is. See you guys in the next If you're willing to wait a month for the next one or more, it was 4 months between these two, then there's some alpha for you. That's it.